What's going on, guys? It is go time for the camper. I have 1 week to get this thing done, back my truck, and ready to go for camping next weekend. Next weekend we're taking it out to go jet skiing, so I need to make sure it is done. I have to catch you guys up. In the last couple of weeks, I did get some more work done. One of the first things I got is I got a door finally. So what we ended up doing is getting one of these little house handheld doors, and I got a nice catch on it. I rebuilt the whole frame in the back, and it shuts really nice. As you can see, the frame in the back, I built it out. I have a nice door stop already built in. So that way when you open the door, this frame already acts as a door stop for the door. So it can't go in anymore. And if you want to get fancy, you can actually lock it. But kind of pointless. Another thing I gotta do on this door is I'm going to put a seal on this door. That way when it shuts, it's gonna have a nice rubber seal. It's gonna shut really nice and firm. Another thing I want to do is all these screw holes. Is I got some epoxy and I filled all the epoxy. I filled all these screw holes in and I sanded it down. So that took quite a bit of work. I'll give you guys a little example of it as I'm talking about it. I went through the back. I did the whole top. Another thing I got done doing is I did all the screw holes in the main camper. We got a package. Check out what we got. I already opened it up to check it out. Windows with apparently the bolts is free touching the window. I ended up picking up these windows on Amazon. Pretty cheap. Those are 2-pack. This should be plenty big enough for my little camper to open it up. They got the built-in screens. They're all ready to go. I'll show you one out of the plastic. Here's one out of the plastic. Already tinted windows. Got the rubber seal. You got a little latch system on the right. Clicks in halfway or all the way back. So we're going to get these bad boys installed today. It came with a nice little template. We scratched it out, cut it out, and made it to where they fit really nice. Another thing that we had to do also was on the inside, as you can see, is we had to pad out that inside and make it 1 inch. So all I did was take a little section of the plastic we had, which is a 1/2 inch, and I just added it to it, cut it out, and that's going to fit the window perfectly. So now that we got the window done, we got the back done, it's all ready to be lived in. I'm waiting for the upholstery guy to get done with the top. He's already working on it. We already got the snaps in. I already got a couple electronics. I got a bunch of boxes. I'll show you guys what I unboxed earlier today. It's all the electronics that are going to go into this camper for now. One other big thing I got to do in here is I got to make a bed frame. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a bed frame that's about at least 12 inches high. That way I have storage underneath it. Also, it's going to be to where it's only half the size of a bed, and it's going to pull out and be a full-size bed. That way I have maximized the space inside such a small camper. That way I can be able to stand up, walk around, and get dressed while also maintaining this small camper. So stick with me and let's finish this bad boy up. Alright, now that we got most of the camper done, we got to talk about what's going to be in it. The first thing I picked up is going to be one of these through accessory cords. The reason for this is going to be most time I go to the campsites, they already have power hookup, whether that be 110 hookup or 30 amp service. So I ended up getting one of these plugs. That way I can just go up to the campground, plug it in, and I got power inside the camper. The next thing I got is one of these basic plugs. I got one of these small boxes that I can mount right inside the camper, plug it right in. And the good thing about this, it already has USB and USB-C mounts, so I can keep all my camera equipment, cameras, mics, everything nice and charged for the whole weekends. Sometimes when you're at these places, you're pretty far out, so you gotta make sure everything stays nice and charged. One of the big things I had to get is what was I gonna do for sleeping. So I ended up picking up one of these tri-fold mattresses. what I was looking for was how big of a mattress I can go, but not be too big and not be too cumbersome inside the actual camper. So I ended up picking up a 6-inch memory foam. It's 36 inches wide. I think it's the same size as a twin mattress. So plenty of room for me to sleep, plenty of room for Spartan to sneak on by. Let's see what it looks like. Look, they were even nice enough to give us an opener. Obviously, we gotta wait for it to puff on up. It says it should take about an hour, so we're just gonna leave it out. Let's see it. But as you see, it's a 3-fold. 1, 2, 3-fold. It opens up, goes to a whole twin mattress. And the nice thing about this is you can actually fold it sideways. You kind of make it like a little seating area. So as you see, that stand I made inside my camper for my bed, I can fold it up and actually turn this into a couch. So I have somewhere to sit. If I'm ever in there changing or need to just, sit down for a minute, I can turn it into a couch, and I can also turn it into a bed, and it folds up and packs away real nice. One of the main things I got is air conditioning. Over the years when I've been camping, I never had air conditioning. I would be out off-roading on the boats or camping, and it would be 90, 95, 100 degrees out all day. You'd get sunburned, come back, and you're just hot. You have to go sit inside a hot camper or a hot tent. It could make for a really miserable night. So I really wanted to get an AC unit. So I got the smallest one possible that I could find that wasn't extremely expensive. First thing we got is the tube for the exhaust. Got a remote, some screws. This is going to be the plate that goes on the back of the air conditioner. Connect to the tube. Oh, buddy. Ta-da! Look at this bad boy. Bam. Small AC unit for a small camper. All right, so what we got here is a Eden Direct 2300 BTU portable air conditioner. It has a remote, cools 100 square feet with dehumidifier, in white for camping RV. This thing is super tiny, can fit in the camper no problem. And also, it doesn't need to be mounted to a window. It has its own feet on it, so it can just go on any shelf. That was really important for me because if I don't really need it in the wintertime. The dimensions of this unit is 9.06 inches tall. We have 18 inches wide and 11 inches deep. Now, I would probably put that the other way. I think it would be 18 inches deep, but you get the idea.
What? What did I say?
A big part about this guy too is it's at 110 voltage. The wattage is 500. This unit by itself should pull less power. On a 110 unit is no big deal. But after I get my solar set up, my solar should be able to run this through most of the night with no problem. That's why I wanted to get a nice small unit. I got a plug. Let's try this bad boy out. So we got on, power down here. We're gonna let this run for a few minutes and see how it does. So I ended up grabbing my meat thermometer. As you can tell, it's all the way down to 54 degrees. Started around 71. It ain't bad. It's probably been running for about 3 or 4 minutes right now. So this is the AC I'm going to be using. We're going to see how it turns out in the real life setting. But for what it shows right now, it's pretty amazing. For the small packages, and obviously it was getting down to, 50 degrees. I can't complain at all. That will definitely keep my little camper nice and cool. Magic. All right, I got the whole camper done. Got the back done. I got to put one more coat on it. But as far as color goes, I think it came out pretty amazing. I am no painter by any means. Don't judge me. But as long as there's paint on there, it's good enough for who it's for. I'm gonna let this dry, recoat, and that's gonna be it for tonight. All right, we are so close to our first camping trip. We are only 2 days away from having to go out on our trip. I got the camper in back of the truck. As you can see, I got the windows installed. I even went through and I got all the electronics hooked up. Oop, hang on. Edit that. Let me move this this top. What I do, I have the shore power that comes straight through it, and then it goes to a splitter so I can plug in all my electronics and all my equipment. I also ended up going around and getting some under cabinet lighting, and I hit the whole outside of this camper with lighting. I still need to go through, I still need to put the bed in the back, I still got to put the roof on, I still got to make the roof, which is what I'm doing right now. I want to give you guys a little update. I'm waiting for the upholstery guy to get done with the top. I don't know if he's going to get done with it in time, but regardless, I got to put the top on with or without the fabric. If I do it without the fabric, it's just going to be a short camper. If I had the fabric done, it would be complete before the trip, and that's what I'm hoping for. So for right now, I got to get this top done. That way when I get the top back, I can put it on. When I wasn't noticing it during this whole camper build, I've been hearing a lot of birds lately. I was like, where are all these birds coming from? As you can see, we have a little friend nest. Fortunately for them, those lights get really hot, but that light actually ended up breaking. So I have nothing to worry about that light anyway, but I have plugged it just in case, and they ain't hurting anybody, so they can stay there and live their best life. What's going on, guys? Let's get ready for the camper reveal. So last time I seen you guys, I still had the main shell done, I had the back done, but I didn't have the door done, I didn't have any of the fabric. It was pretty much just the rails and the body. As far as the top goes, I used the aluminum extrusion, the rail, and I had Mike from Mike Upholstery go around, and he actually put all these buttons on, made this whole top. I'll throw a link to his stuff in the bottom if you're ever in the Chicagoland area. He does boat covers, but man, he absolutely killed this build on this one. One thing I gotta add is I gotta add gas shocks to the side here. The gas shocks are gonna open it, but I ran out of time. Obviously, I'm already camping already, so I just use a board, and I'll show you that when we go inside. You can see, here's the roof. I just held it down with some soft tappers, some washers, and then I sealed them all with some RTV. I still have some issues, like the back here. These are open. These open right here. You can see inside of the actual camper. For this weekend, all I used was some foam, and I put some foam in there. You seal it right up, and I'll tell you what, we're on the water with the jet skis. There's a million mosquitoes, and they didn't come in through that little hole, so I was kind of happy about that. As you can see, this is my bed. I actually made a stand. The stand's right there. Didn't work as the way I wanted to. It was really nice to put my stuff under and have storage, but it came up to here, and it was just too hard to get in and out at night. And if I don't have it in there, I can actually fit Spartan in there too. So me and Spartan can both be in here pretty comfortably. And I'll tell you what, in the wintertime, that's going to work out really good because, you know, if you have a 100-pound German Shepherd on you, you're pretty warm. And just like that, the mattress folds up into 3 different spots, pushes all the way back. Now I actually have a little space to sit down in there if I want to sit down in there. So let's go inside and I'll show you what the inside is. So this is me on the inside. My mattress is folded up. As I said, this foam's pretty thick. It's a 6'6" mattress. I can actually go in here and sit in here and hang out. As you can tell, here's my lights I told you about. Plenty of light in here. And if I just hit this knob, they go from on to dim to bright. I thought it was pretty sweet. The windows. Here's the window. There's the opening. There's the guys you partied with yesterday. They were a good time. Now we're shut again. Now for the top, what I have temporarily is a board that holds up the top. But this is how much room I have. If I stand up, I still have this much room. I mean, I'm 6'2", and I can put my arm all the way up, and I still have plenty of room. I have enough room to go in here, get dressed, stand up, and enough room to sleep. A couple problems I have are in the corners. I have a little light sticking through, and that back wall I told you I had a little light sticking through. I know a lot of people are going to ask on how this liner was put in. So what he ended up doing is he put a rail and a stitch with a 1/4-inch rod that goes from here all the way down, and then it ends right here. Here you can kind of see the 1/4-inch and the stitching. And as far as the bottom goes, he made snaps. I really like it. He has the last snap that goes around the back, keeps it nice and tight. So we're going to unsnap all these. Another thing I'm going to do since I'm in here is I'm going to take this board down and then get ready to close this thing up. This thing obviously isn't very heavy at all. This is all made out of aluminum. Aluminum and fabric. Just comes straight down. And now we feel a little claustrophobic, but if it was the winter time and I just wanted to go in here and sleep, I would still be able to sleep in here without the fabric, and I could just keep this all enclosed. Smaller area to heat. So that's also a possibility too. All I would have to do is take the fabric and roll it up. And now that we're back on the outside, these are the snaps I took off. I said there's one snap that goes around the back. I was kind of afraid, me and Mike were talking about it. I need to get little plastic clips for these. They did not come in yet, so I cannot use them for this weekend. But I will take care of these sharp edges. So as I said, this button goes around, keep it nice and tight, and then this whole thing comes out. I said that was the stand that I had. I ended up not using that. This guy fits, no problem. This folds in. Everyone's happy, happy, happy. Just over 6 foot, so I only needed, a little more in my bed. This is all I need. When I'm done with it, folds up, I can close the tailgate. And voila, now you have a camper that you can stand up in, sleep in, and it's still smaller, about the height of the cab, and I can still put the tailgate out. Pretty neat if you ask me. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this build. It was a really good time working with my dad. A little bit of father-son time over the past couple months. Just on the weekends, whenever we had time, he came over, and I spent all my weekends building this thing. But after staying in it overnight, I think it's amazing. It's exactly what I wanted. I didn't want to spend upwards of $4,000 or $5,000 for a simmer that didn't meet my needs as far as length and height. I didn't want a tall one that was going to be a big wind drag, and I didn't want one that was too short to not sleep in. So I think I got the best of both worlds. Thanks for coming along. We are currently at Badgerland JB Jet Blast 2026. We have the skis out here. I have another video coming out of that whole camping trip and the whole weekend with the Jet Blast guys. Plenty of two-stroke oil to go around, and I hope you guys watch it, because I'll see you on the next one. That's a wrap for today. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss the next journey to Skull and Tread. Until next time, stay bold, ride hard, and keep being awesome.